Coming up next, Broadway legend Chita Rivera. KPBS theater critic Pat Launer recently went to the Old Globe for a conversation with dancer Chita Rivera.
Everybody ready? Here at the Old Globe, musical theater icon and legend Chita Rivera is about to open her new world premiere musical, Chita Rivera, The Dancer's Life, which moves from here directly to Broadway. Chita Rivera initiated roles like Anita in West Side Story and Velma Kelly in Chicago, among many, many others. Chita, thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
This is great. I'm loving being here at the Old Globe.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you have been called a national treasure, the greatest musical theater dancer ever. You've won just about every award known to man or beast. Why, at this time of your life, when other people would be sitting on your laurels,
no way.
Did you want or need to do this show?
Someone spoke to me about it, and I went, oh, no, I know. I mean, you know, if I write a book or if I do something about myself, I really want a nice, strong message. You know, I don't want it to be about me. You know, I want it to be something bigger than me. You know, and so when I started having the interviews, you know, with this wonderful Patrick Pacheco writer, we'd sit after 9. Not 9 o'clock, but I was doing the show 9 last year, and a year and a half ago. And the stories got more and more interesting. You know what I mean? I went, oh, wow, that was fun. Oh, wow, that was a good story. Oh, wow. And I've always been totally aware of how lucky I am, you know, with the time I came you know, in the business, the great choreographers, really the geniuses, the Fosses, the Jerry Robbins, the Michael Kidds, you know, the Gower champions. I mean, these
with everybody,
all of them, Jack Cole, all of them, and they're kids that don't know who these people are. They think the movie of Chicago, which I loved, is the play. It's not. And my great friend choreographed it, you know, but that's, you know, it's older and bigger and you know, it's different. It's different.
So it's a tribute to everybody, to the whole business.
Absolutely. It's a tribute to every dancer that has ever set foot on a Broadway stage, or every dancer that wants to perform for a well-deserved audience. So when I did the transcripts, and then Marty, our producer, spoke to us, and then he said, who do you want? And I said, Graziella Daniele. There's no one else, you know. And
as your director,
as my director choreographer, and Terrence McNally. There's nobody else, you know. And then, you know, within this show, I'm able to revisit my life. I'm able to sing songs that Fred Ebb and John Canna wrote for me. I'm able to do it again, you know.
How
go
many
back
people
to
get
West
that
Side.
opportunity?
Yeah, you really do, to relive those great moments.
Now, you started off in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, right.
Did you? And you started in ballet.
Right.
And you, in your young teens, you were studying under George Balanchine, and then you were sort of lured away to Broadway by another legendary choreographer, Jerome Robbins. Yeah. Do you ever have regrets that you left
Not now,
ballet?
but I sure did then.
You did.
It took me a long time. It took me 7, 8 years, I don't know, a long time to... I kept saying I never did that ballet for him. I did when I was in recitals with my teacher, Miss Jones, in D.C. We had recitals, so I was able to put on my pointe shoes and my tutus and things like that.
So what lured you to Broadway? What was the allure?
This audition with my friend. When I was studying, I was on scholarship, she was not. I tell this story in the show. And she asked me to come for moral support, and I went, and I got the job, and she didn't. Wow. And I'm standing there going, what do I do? Hello, Mom, $250. You know, so my mother put me with some chaperones, older people in the company, and that's how. And I suddenly looked around, and I'm meeting all these amazing people. There was Jerry Robbins.
That's amazing.
You know, so that's good.
So now you broke a lot of barriers for Latinos. Do you, as recently as 2002, you were the first Hispanic ever to win the coveted Kennedy Center honors. Yeah. Do you consider yourself a role model for Latinos, and what do you say to budding young performers?
I darn sure hope so. I have to be. If I'm going to be out there, I have to be a role model. And that's also part of the mystique and the beauty of being in the business or being on a stage, that you are being watched. If there's one person that's looking at you, if there's one kid that's looking at you, you got to make sure that kid sees the right thing. And you have to make sure that kid knows that no matter what he or she wants to do, you have to be proud of yourself and do it 150%. And I represent that.
I think you still do.
Yeah, I really do. And I like that. I like that. Because that's all you have in the end. You know, you really have to be responsible for what's coming up.
Now, talk about one of your favorite moments or dance moments or stories from the show. You talked about you're always called a triple threat, you know, a dancer, singer, actor, and you got sort of this triple threat collaboration going on with you and Graciela
right.
and playwright Terrence McNally, all your award
yeah.
winners. Is there a story or a dance moment that really grabs you?
Well, there's a lot that grabs
sure.
me. You know, there's a lot. I mean, when I talk about my ex-husband and I talk about my daughter, you know, and those are grabbing moments. There's a lot, but there is a point where actually someone did tell me that I was not, and I think I was auditioning for Pajama Game or something, and this choreographer said, "Chita, I'm sorry, you're just not Latin enough."
Oh my God.
So we do that moment.
Oh, that's a moment.
We do that moment. I mean, everybody is doing this audition step so badly, and I'm doing it right. And he looks at me and says, "I'm sorry, Chita." Not Gilda or you know, Sarah. Chita, you're not Latin enough. And then we go off to do a pretty sensational tango.
Wow. Well, you know, in theater we say break a leg, but you never could say that to a dancer.
No, I've done it already.
You have? Oh my God. Well, you
I've
never
got
say
16
that
screws in the left leg.
Grief. Well, you never say that to a dancer anyway, so I'm just going to say knock 'em dead in your new show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's really nice talking to you.
And Chita Rivera, the dancer's life at the Old Globe has been extended to November 6th. That's all for tonight's Full Focus. For more information about tonight's show, log on to our website at kpbs.org. And we enjoy hearing from you. Write to us at the address on the screen. Tune in tomorrow when we preview the upcoming City Hall elections and the challenges that await the new council members and the mayor. For KPBS, I'm Gloria Penner. Good night.